Good morning, everyone. Dear President of the 13th World Bulk Wine Exhibition, Mrs. Otília Romero de Condes, dear speakers and participants of the exhibition, ladies and gentlemen. As Vice President of the International Organization of Wine and Wine, it's a great honor to represent the member states of the OIV, and above all, it's for me a great responsibility to participate in this opening ceremony of this exhibition. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer for the invitation and the opportunity to present the role of the OIV. The current global wine sector is undergoing a major transformation due to the new package possibilities. But if you think about it, even those in bottles start as bulk wines. During the 2 days that we are going to spend together, we will have the opportunity to know the characteristics, the typicity, and the quality of the wines of the world's largest countries, without forgetting the promotion of responsible consumption. You have the opportunity to see in this that this event not only pushes producers to raise their technical and scientific level, but are also a means to promoting and disseminating a 1,000-year-old product. The OIV is a scientific and technical reference organization on the wine and wine sector, representing 86% of the world wine production and 71% of the global consumption. It's composed by 48 member states, among which Netherlands is also part, 16 observers, and more than 500 scientific experts. Participating in this event allows the OIV to accomplish its main objectives, which is to be well positioned to provide information to producing and consumer countries of grape and wines, to promote developed regulations, minimize barriers to trade, promote sustainable production, and protect consumers. As a technical and scientific reference, the mission of this OIV is to inform its member states of measures concerning producers, consumers, and other players in the wine and wine product sector, to assist other international organizations, especially those which carry out standardization activities, contribute to the international harmonization of existing practices and standards, improving the conditions for producing and marketing wine and wine products, and helping ensure that the interests of the consumer are taken into account. The OIV essential functions are to do standard for the vitiviniculture sector, creating of internationally harmonized and accepted standards for the production of vitiviniculture produce. Research and publications. The OIV works with its member state, gathering data and producing statistical outlooks and generating analytical reports on specific topics in the vitiviniculture sector. Education and communication. OIV offers research grants, patronage, literature rewards, and immersive master degree level management program in the wine sector. These functions are performed through 4 units: viticulture, enology, economics and law, health and safety. The World Bulk Wine Exhibition is an event of a great relevance for regularly learning the new market trends of bulk wine. On one hand, bulk wine is important because it can help stabilizing the wine market when there is an excess of production, helping to combat food waste, especially this year, where the effects of the climate change have dramatically reduced the harvest. On the other hand, bulk commerce reduces significantly CO2 emissions if bottling operations guarantee transport at the proximity and sustainable distribution. In this period, obviously, we don't have data for 2021. For the reason, I present you the listed results referring to the year 2020. The international wine trade in 2020 has been reduced by almost 2% in volume and 7% in value, with a global export volume of 105.8 million hectoliters and a value of 29.6 billion euros. We have seen that the COVID effect was dramatic in the first semester 2020, indicating a recovery in the second semester. When looking the different categories, sparkling wines is the most affected, with a decrease of 5% in volume and 15% in value. Still wine was down by 2% in volume and 6% in value. Bag-in-box expanded massively, with an increase in volume of 12% and in value of 8%. Only bulk wines show an average price increase of 4% due the harvest downturn. In 2020, the top three exporters in volume are Spain, with 11 million hectoliters, Australia trading 4 million hectoliters, and Italy also with 4 million hectoliters of bulk wine. These three together represent 53% of the total exports of bulk wine. The top three exports in value are Spain, with 4.5 billion euros, Australia, with 3.4 billion euros, and New Zealand, with 3 billion euros, which together represents 25% of the world market share of bulk wine in value. The top three importers in 2020 in volume are Germany, UK, and France, with 80 million hectoliters, 6 million hectoliters, and 5 million hectoliters respectively. And these three represent 51% share in the world for bulk wines in volume. In value, the top three bulk wines importers are UK with 6.7 billion, Germany with 5 billion euros, and USA with 2.9 billion euros. The top three importers of bulk wine in value represents 28% of the total bulk wine imports in the world. In this period, as I said before, we still don't have data from 2021. However, I would like to present some preliminary figures based on the first semester of 2021. At the world level, international trade looks quite optimistic as we see supply chain disruption reconciling gradually to normality. If we look at the total wine exports, including sparkling, bulk, and bottled wine, as expected, first semester of 2021 recorded an increase of 90% in volume and 21% in value compared to the first 6 months of 2020. And more surprisingly, 2021 wine exporters recorded an increase of 4% in volume and 6% in value compared to the first semester of 2019, indicated that the global wine trade might perform even better than the pre-pandemic level this year. For bulk wine, however, the scenario is quite the opposite. World bulk wine export by volume are 4% below the first semester of both 2020 and the pre-pandemic level of 2019. This result is likely due to the lower wine production in 2021, which can be considered an extremely low production, only slightly above the historical small production of 2017. The expected volume for this year seems to be 4% below 2020, which was already below our average. This probably means that wine is being directed to other markets than bulk wine. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you a nice exhibition. Thank you.